Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title, we'll be doing a 90s themed fancast of the Infernal Devices today. So the reason I'm doing a 90s themed fancast is I feel like the fandom has come to a general consensus as to who we want to play these characters that we love and cherish so much. So if I were to do a regular fancast, I'd just be repeating what everyone else has been saying, and it would be boring not only for you guys but for me making this video as well. So yeah, I'll be using the term 90s very loosely and very liberally because it took me forever to find a cast that I was perfectly satisfied with. So when I say 90s, it means actors or actresses who were either famous in the 90s, or if it were the 90s, they would be at an age where they could realistically pull off playing these characters. So without further ado, let's go. I have chosen Liv Tyler to play Tessa Grey. You may know her as Arwen from the Lord of the Rings film series. Liv has grey eyes, an oval face, long brown hair, and a sweet, kind-faced beauty. I know her eyes aren't exactly grey, they're more of a greyish blue, but I think they're striking enough and grey enough to be Tessa Grey's eyes. There are even certain photos where Liv Tyler exudes light academia vibes, which is so Tessa if you ask me. I have chosen David Gandy to play Will Herondale. David has unruly black hair, blue eyes, and the Herondale cheekbones and jawline. Now, David Gandy isn't exactly an actor, he's a model in fact, and I tried my best not to use models as fan cast because I kind of think that's sort of cheating. But whenever I think of Will, I immediately picture David Gandy, and nothing can change my mind. I also know that a lot of people have chosen Henry Cavill to play Will Herondale in other fancasts, especially in The Last Hours. But in my opinion, Henry Cavill looks a bit too rough-hewn to play Will Herondale. Will is described as being as pretty as a girl when he was younger. I mean, when he was older, the only thing that sort of took that prettiness away was the fact that he was really tall, he's got broad shoulders, and he was really buff. So yeah, that's why I'm going with David Gandy. Sorry, Henry. I've chosen Keanu Reeves to play Jem Custas. You may recognize Keanu Reeves from movies such as The Matrix and the John Wick movies. Keanu Reeves has dark brown hair, almost black, dark brown eyes, a fine-boned, angular face, and a slight curve to his eyes that hints at his heritage. Hey guys, so for some reason for the gem segment, the audio and video went out of sync. It happens again for the Gideon and Gabriel segment, but everything else is fine, so yeah, please just ignore that. Keanu's mom is English, while his dad is of native Hawaiian, Chinese, English, Irish, and Portuguese descent. His grandmother is Chinese Hawaiian. I have chosen Jodie Foster to play our favourite consul, Charlotte Fairchild. Jodie Foster is known for a bajillion movies, including Silence of the Lambs and The Taxi Driver. Jodie has a neat, clever face, a sharp intelligence in her eyes, and a bird-like quality to her which is often been used to describe Charlotte. I have chosen Eric Stoltz to play Henry Benwell. You may recognize Eric as John Brooke in the 1994 remake of Little Women. Eric Stoltz has the Fairchild ginger hair, a professory/inventor-ish look to him, which is straight up Henry Benwell. Eric Stoltz is also pretty tall, he's a 6-footer, and we all know that Henry is a giant. I've chosen Vanessa Paradis to play Jasmine Lovelace. Vanessa is a French singer and actress, and if she looks familiar, it's because she is the mother of none other than Lily Rose Depp. Vanessa has long blonde hair, doll-like features, and a haughtiness to her look that I often associate with Jasmine Lovelace. I've chosen Rachel Weisz to play Cecily Herondale. You may recognize Rachel from the Mummy film series and the upcoming Black Widow movie. Like Cecily, Rachel has pale skin, full lips, and of course those Herondale cheekbones. I don't know if it's just me, but I kind of think that Rachel and David sort of look alike, so maybe it's a sign. Hey guys, so a quick Google search will let you know that Rachel Weisz is much older than David Gandy, but I swear to God, this woman does not age, so I think she'd be able to pull off playing Cecily Herondale flawlessly. For Sophie Collins, I've chosen Jennifer Connelly to play her. You may recognize Jennifer Connelly in movies such as A Beautiful Mind and Labyrinth. Jennifer has dark hair, luminous dark hazel eyes, and overall she's what I would describe as a dark beauty, which is how I always pictured Sophie. I've chosen Tom Hardy to play Gideon and Michael Fassbender to play Gabriel. You may recognize Tom Hardy from movies such as Mad Max and Venom, while Michael Fassbender has played Magneto, young Magneto, in several X-Men movies. The reason why I introduced these two actors together is so that you guys can better understand why I chose these two actors to play the Lightwood brothers, even though they don't really resemble each other that much. Like I said, Michael and Tom don't really look that much alike, but Gideon is described as having broader, almost stockier features than his brother Gabriel, who has more elongated and much finer lines to his appearance. Also, in the books, it's often mentioned that Gideon looks more like their father, while Gabriel takes after their mother. So that is it for my 90s inspired fancast of the Infernal Devices series. Be sure to let me know in the comments what you guys think of my fancast choices, and also if you guys have other actors in mind to play these characters, then feel free to let me know in the comments too. So be sure to like, share and subscribe, and until the next video, bye!